Here we are. Disney Villianous Despicable Plots Horned King. This is a special setup. Right off the bat, we have the Black Cauldron over here. It is not ours yet. To complete the game, you need to claim the Black Cauldron as your own, gain the power of the Black Cauldron, and have Cauldron born on each location, and then you win. It's a very simple idea, but there's a lot behind it. So when you're going through your cards, right off the bat, when you're looking at the locations, you're going to want to find this card before you start choosing which location you love. You're going to want Captured, just so you can draw 3 cards. We'll get into why right after we talk about the locations. For the locations, we have Morva, Fair Folk Kingdom, Dungeons, and Throne Room. Now that we know the locations, we need to worry about getting this Black Cauldron under our control. There's a couple ways of doing it. First, you can play We Got You Now, Pig Keeper. Either find and play Henwin, or defeat a hero with a strength of 1. So we're going to find Henwin. While Henwin is in play, the Horned King cannot play effect cards. When Henwin is vanquished, the Horned King claims the Black Cauldron. So that goes into play. Along the way, you play some guard dogs. You take out Henwin, and now the Black Cauldron comes over here and is now yours. Maybe you weren't able to get Henwin into play. You can play Show Me the Black Cauldron. Just by playing that card, you can claim the Black Cauldron. You cannot lose the Black Cauldron once that happens. But now, you need the power of the Black Cauldron. You can play Our Hour Has Arrived, where you flip the Black Cauldron to the power of the Black Cauldron. So you go flip. But now that you have the power of the Black Cauldron, your opponent can fate you, playing Gurgi Sacrifice. If the power of the Black Cauldron is up, flip it over. So you went to all that work and you just lost it. So if you've noticed no activates, you can always play Ancient Soldiers. When you go to this location, now that there's an Ancient Soldier at it, you can activate. So let's go there and activate. There we go. But you'll have to watch out for your opponents, because they could play Fair Folk, because you cannot play Ancient Soldiers to this location while they're there. So you'll have to play different soldiers here. Now, once you start playing these soldiers, they do cost 3. So you need to put them into play as fast as you can. And you need to be able to start your turn with at least 2 power. So you start your turn with 2 power. You do not move your character yet, but you're going to pay a 2 to get rid of these soldiers. So you can turn them into Cauldron Born. These are the cards that you need to have at each location. Now, Cauldron Born may only be played when the power of the Black Cauldron is showing, such as it is. And if they vanquish things for you, they don't get discarded. I forgot to mention this in the original recording of this. If you have Cauldron Born in play and you lose power of the Cauldron, at the start of your turn, instead of being able to turn Ancient Soldiers into Cauldron Born, you have to discard Cauldron Born. They can be very helpful. So at the start of every turn, you can do this once. You pay 2, and you turn soldiers into Cauldron Born. Now, while you're holding on to the Cauldron Born, because you can't just play them without the Ancient Soldiers, you have to watch out for I Believe in You. The Horned King must discard their hand, then draw 3 cards. It is a very, very unlucky fate card for your opponents to get. but they'll be happy. And if you have a third cauldron born in play, let's pretend this is a third one. I didn't bring out a third card. Let's pretend this is a third one. Okay? So you need one more cauldron born, and you win. Watch out for Flute or Flam. When Flute or Flam is played, move all allies to his location. So, say he plays there. Now, you have Ancient Soldiers here because you're waiting to get the Cauldron Born. So all 3 Cauldron Born are now here. You need to be able to move them over again. There is no card in your deck that is going to help you teleport or move cards around. So you have to use the move icon on the board. And just when you think you've gotten rid of all your issues, all the things that have been used against you, your opponents can always just use Gurgi's Happy Day. Shuffle all discarded Fate cards back into the Horn King's Fate deck, draw 2 new Fate cards, and play them both. Basically, if that card gets played against me at turn 17, the game's over. So I guess we'll find out if that exact scenario is going to happen as you watch me do the playthrough of the Horn King. So remember, you just gotta have, let's pretend that these are all Cauldron Born. 1 at each location and you win. You do not have to start your turn. So you can always prep to get it done. You can try really hard to get it done quickly. But needless to say, you kind of need to make sure you have the power. Cauldron Borns and the Ancient Soldiers. We'll see you guys soon.